Wow, August.
Here are some of the announcements from August that caught my eye in the hope that I might highlight something you may have missed. First up though, some exciting news, well, exciting for me at least. I am locked in and heading to the Netherlands this coming October and will be at Scale Model Challenge. This is my first time to the show, and to say I'm excited just doesn't cut it.
And that's the way, I like it. Casey and the Sunshine Band.
And for those of you who have been asking how you can support the channel without breaking the bank, well, over on Patreon, I've launched a brand new budget tier called My Combat Koalas. It's designed for those of you who simply want to show their support and toss a couple of bucks in the helmet and be part of this community. That would be awesome, and it would help me a lot. But enough of the begging, let's get started. Creating bases or dioramas for your models is a completely different skill set to building the model itself, and there can be no argument that presenting your models in this way helps tell a story and present your model in scale as well as context. If you haven't heard of RT Diorama, I'd urge you to go and check them out, because they're releasing high-end diorama accessories that help you fast-track your diorama experience. They have some amazing 3D printed foliage in their line, and this month sees more interesting releases in that same vein. So as you can see on screen, there's photos of all sorts of stuff. So head on over to their website and get inspired, because you won't regret it. Okay, hear me out. I've not added this Italeri M1A1 because it's going to set the modeling world on fire, but because of the tie-in with the online game War Thunder. Italeri first released this kit back in 2003, and it has seen a few upgrades since then. But the appeal of this kit will be to the gaming community, where they can get upgrades and bonuses for the game that they play, this War Thunder game. It's a great way to introduce the gaming community to the hobby, as well as the hobby to the gaming platform. This isn't the first time this pairing has happened, and I'm sure it won't be the last. And any opportunity to connect these two hobbies and get more people building models is a good thing in my book. It's a tiny model in 1/72nd scale, but don't let that fool you, because these VESPID kits are absolutely stunning little kits and are anything but an afternoon project for a board school kid. Yes, VESPID have released the Panzer 38T, or Hetzer if you prefer, previously in 2023. However, they were the late and the early production vehicles, so this release of the mid version rounds out their collection. There are noticeable differences between the versions, notably the exhausts, the gun mantlet and commander's hatch, but probably for the average modeler, it was more the schemes that varied over that production run. Now, I'm a massive fan of everything VESPID are releasing, and will be looking to add this one to the collection when it becomes available. Now, I'll let you guys pronounce this one because I'm not even going to try. But Zimmy models seem to keep popping up on my radar, and this month is no exception. And whilst technically this isn't a Zimmy model kit as such, it's a rebox of the 2020 Panda kit of the 105mm Lorraine Schlepper 37L, and it's paired with the T-Model SSY45 flat car. Now, I've built that flat car previously, as it was paired with a TACOM kit, and can tell you it's a lovely kit in its own right. Whilst I haven't built that Panda kit, I believe it's regarded as being of reasonable quality and accurate in shape, with the biggest gripe being those individual track links. Now, from what I understand, Zimmy acquired a large portion of Panda Hobbies' old molds and is looking to expand their line, reboxing and repackaging those offerings. I seem to have a thing for odd-looking geometric aircraft at the moment, and whilst the manufacturer, Mikro Mir, scares me a little, I can't help but be attracted to this release. So what's a hopeless diamond, I hear you ask? Well, it was a 1970s Skunk Works project that was the precursor to the F117 Nighthawk. It earned the nickname of Hopeless Diamond due to its ungainly and impractical shape. It was almost invisible to radar, however, but it never actually made it to flight. It did lead to the first flight of a project called Have Blue, which then led to the F117. It's an interesting subject and important piece in the history of stealth design. Ryefield Model seem to be releasing a kit a month, and as a scale modeler, I've got to say I'm here for it. Now, this month's release sees Ryefield Model announce the M1128 MGS Stryker. The Stryker is a family of 8x8 wheeled armoured vehicles developed for the US Army in the early 2000s. It was designed to fill the gap between the heavy tracked vehicles like the Abrams tank or the Bradley and the lighter, more deployable Humvees. Now, the Stryker saw many variants, so I can only assume this release has opened the door for Ryefield to explore some other variants. Another thing Ryefield Models have been doing is offering different upgrade sets for their kits, and it looks like that is going to be the case with the Stryker, with sagged wheels and other upgrade sets soon to be available. AFV Club have many Strykers in their range, but with the quality of Ryefield Models improving with every release, I'm keen to see how this one stacks up. Of all the World War II Allied aircraft, the P-47 has to be the coolest. For me, it is like a tank with wings, with some of the stories of its survivability and resilience being absolutely mind-blowing. Mini-Art now bring us the P-47N this month, with this being a welcome release as options for the N version of the aircraft, from my understanding, are limited to Pro Modeler and Academy under numerous reboxings. Modern day Mini-Art kits build into beautiful display pieces, but have been known to have excessive parts counts. But this boxing is what they are calling their basic kit. So what does basic actually mean? Well, I'm not actually sure, but the renderings look very good, so I'd suggest it might be a case of limited weapons or perhaps reduced decal options. The concept is designed to offer a budget kit for the modeler without skimping on quality. There are advanced kits available with all the bells and whistles, but it was the basic kit that appealed to me the most. I was so excited about this one, and I featured it in a short here on the channel. And while the thought of a German anti-tank gun won't thrill everyone, for me, it is another Tamiya release that you know will be buildable and very usable in so many scenarios. You could have it in a firing position or being towed behind a vehicle. It could be in a diorama or a standalone vignette with the beautiful figure set it comes with. This is a kit you could probably build in an afternoon and get a quick fix. The Pak38 rounds out Tamiya's collection of anti-tank guns, with the Pak35, 36 and the Pak40 already being in their collection for quite some time now. I'm really looking forward to this one, even though some modelers were hoping for something a little more significant. Anything with a Tamiya badge works just fine for me. If the P-47 was a tank with wings, then the A-10 was the whole brigade. I love the Warthog. It's ugly and brutish, but without a doubt, the coolest things about this is the thumping great Gatling gun protruding from its nose. This is a really interesting release here from Mojo Model Works, and it's the General Electric GAU-8 Avenger. It's the 30mm cannon, which of course is the gun housed in the A-10. Developed in the 1970s specifically for the A-10, it weighs in at 1,800 kilograms and can fire 3,900 rounds per minute, generating around 10 ton of backward thrust. With the invent of 3D printing and people's skills around computer-based design constantly expanding, it has opened our hobby up to some incredible releases that could only be dreamt of in the past. The A-10's Gatling gun isn't just a weapon, it's the heart of the aircraft, and it's famous for its devastating firepower and unmistakable roar. I know I say it a lot, but what an amazing time to be in this hobby. I guess this isn't an announcement so much as an intent to announce, but I've included this Kotare Halifax Mark II in the list because of a few reasons. Firstly, Kotare, who essentially formed from the ashes of wingnut wings, has gained a reputation for creating high quality 32nd scale aircraft. And this is their first venture into 48th scale. Secondly, this project is promoted as a crowdfunding opportunity where people can have a say in the development, and early adopters will also receive bonus items and upgrades. The concept of crowdfunding has been around for a while, but it seems to be gaining more traction in this hobby. Now, this is a limited edition kit and not expected to be available until 2028. And I don't have a lot to show you, unfortunately, but I suspect there will be a great deal of interest in this release based on Kotare's reputation for delivering high quality model kits. So there you go, guys. What did you think? Was there something I missed? Did you agree with me? What did you like? What didn't you like? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. Don't forget, I'm coming to SMC, so please let me know if you're going to be there, because I would love to catch up and say g'day. You know the drill, guys. This is the greatest hobby in the world. Share it with your family and share it with your friends, and let's be proud of what we do. Until next time, I will see you soon.
Some great stuff in there.